All right, you guys. So Ticket TV live streams, like, share, and subscribe, man. Appreciate all y'all hopping on up in the chat. Shouts out to the whole LDBC. And let's get right to this video, man. Talk about the situation with Nikola Jokic fans. And I think it's gotten to a point on all of social media where Nikola Jokic fans are absolutely disgusting. They're a bunch of hypocrites for the most part, and they are liars. They criticize LeBron James, and they talk about LeBron James's fans. They talk about how LeBron James only plays for stats. They talk about how LeBron James, you know, his winning doesn't add up with his stats and his teams. But they do the same thing with Nikola Jokic. They talk trash about Jokic's roster. They, you know, um, shit on everybody else that's around Jokic. They don't give any kind of props to anybody else except for Jokic. It's like they worship. It's a man worship relationship with Nikola Jokic. Uh, it's not even like a real basketball analyst when it comes to a lot of these guys. It's just a bunch of whining, like a bunch of back alley biatches about the fact that, oh, ESPN isn't bowing down for Nikola Jokic. And that's what they do. It's just disgusting to see grown ass men with gray in their hair, goddamn sitting on YouTube crying. You understand what I'm saying? About Jokic not getting that much respect. This is absolutely disgusting, you know? And you see this type of stuff going on, and it's like, these be the same dudes that be criticizing LeBron James fans. They turn around and do the same thing with Nikola Jokic. It's disgusting. How can you do the same thing with a dude where you criticize? Like, you go out your way to slam LeBron James fans for how they celebrate and cheer LeBron James. But you guys do this same dirty type of tactics and shit. You do this same dirt tactics, and look at you. Just look at you. Absolutely disgusting. Same dirt tactics they pull. They pull this same shit. These guys are disgraceful, man, and they have no shame. And, somebody like myself had to come along and set the record straight with these weak weasels and get their mind right, because this is the type of stuff that's going on social media unaddressed and unchecked. And it need to be checked at the front door. You cannot come around running your mouth about LeBron James fans and you're doing the same thing with Nikola Jokic, right? Same thing. The same thing you complain about with LeBron James fans, you do with Nikola. They never give LeBron James praise for anything. Think about this. I mean, even if LeBron James plays well, they will never acknowledge that. But they'll get mad if people don't acknowledge Jokic when he plays well. But then they won't call out Jokic when he loses to bad teams. What they'll do is they'll blame all of his teammates, or they'll just ignore it and won't make a video at all. This is how they do. When Jokic got his ass whooped by the Sacramento Kings, one of the worst teams in the league, they were all quiet. When Jokic got his ass whooped by the Washington Wizards, they said, oh, his teammates don't deserve to play with him. These guys are clowns, bro. And you have to see through these guys. Shai is the real MVP, but what do these guys do? They go out of their racist ways to make sure everybody knows where they stand. And they stand with Jokic, a guy who's lost multiple games this year, even though Shai doesn't have his second best guy. And Shai just keeps rolling. And this is the type of stuff they're pushing on social media. Yeah, and it's really bad. It's cancerous to the basketball community, because everybody should say no to racism. Everybody should say no to racists. Nobody should like racists. Nobody on YouTube should like racism. We should all be able to get along without, having to confront racism and racists and things like that. And I just feel like, it all needs to be exposed to the world, and it will be exposed. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy to stand against racism. I believe racism is one of the worst things that ever happened to the country, to the nation. And I believe that the more people that stand up against racism and that acknowledge that it exists and stands up against it, I think the better off as a country will be, especially, just in the basketball community and basketball terms. You know, you see this in professional sports. People will hide behind their secret racism where they'll try and throw you off the scent and praise a guy or two. You know, they'll come out here and praise Kobe or something like that, praise Mike. But every other black man, they call him a bootlicker and all this other stuff and got all these weird names for black folks. But then when it comes to the other guys, they don't have those same type of names. It's ironic to me. They don't have that same type of smoke. See, I'm a type of dude, I can celebrate a player regardless of what the color of his skin is or what he looks like. You know, if he can play, he can play. Like everybody on this channel knows, I love Luka Doncic. I think Luka Doncic is way more valuable than Nikola Jokic. You know, and Luka Doncic isn't the best defender in the world, but I think Luka Doncic, he's a better carrier of a team than Nikola Jokic has ever proven to be. And I think that is clearly obvious in the production. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you just look at the production alone, it's clearly obvious, but you know, people won't give that credit where it's due, and that's the type of stuff y'all see what we call bush league tactics going on social media. But it's just funny to me how these dudes, they have so much criticism for LeBron James, but they have zero smoke for Nikola Jokic, and they're worse than LeBron James fans. They talk all this trash about LeBron James fans and the people who support LeBron, but they do the same thing with Nikola Jokic. And Nikola Jokic he's the underachiever as far as winning. Man, he's a one-time champion. They tried to blame Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, all these other guys. They diminished these guys' career, diminished them. Talk about these guys like these guys can't play. Like they're some type of side street scrubs. It's how they talk about these dudes, man. This is a disgrace to see guys talk like that about NBA players who are very, 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 very good NBA players, like Jamal Murray. You know, everybody knows pretty much Jamal Murray should have been an all-star a couple times in the league, but they'll use those arguments. You understand what I'm saying? Against a guy like Jamal Murray, because they know good and well Jamal Murray had injuries and things like that. They know good and well that Shai's out here proving all that shit they said about him wrong. But you'll never see any videos praising Shai. Why? Because they have a narrative to push. And they can't have anybody stand in front of their narrative right now of Nikola Jokic. That's what it is. And so when you have that, they will not acknowledge this. And you can notice that they all get together secretly behind the scenes and they plot on what they're going to say and what they're going to do on their videos, what narrative they're going to push with Nikola Jokic, because they all put out the same videos at the same time. You know what I'm saying? If you look at them, if you look at that little group, they all put out those same type of, videos about praising Jokic and the media not giving Jokic no credit. They don't care about that dry, lame-ass dude. Nobody care about no Nikola Jokic, man. Who cares about that dude? Shai is out here running the league and running over dudes. They don't talk about Shai like that. And y'all sit out here crying about Jokic. Think about this. Shai got the best record in the league. He's running all over the NBA. And they don't talk about Shai like that. And these motherfuckers out here crying about Jokic. They're not talking about Jokic. The media hates them. So what do they do with Shai? Do you hate Shai? Because y'all don't praise Shai. Y'all go up there and give Shai every excuse. Y'all made role players that Shai got into all legends, all world legends. But see, everybody's scared to call this shit out. And that's just the facts, right? That's just the facts. And they'll say, hey, man, OKC at all, 2 All-NBA players, man, they're insane, man. Well, guess what? This year, they don't have the other All-NBA player this year, and Lou Dort's playing like trash. And guess what? They've only lost 1 game the whole season. We're a quarter of the way through the season, they only lost 1 game. What are these bums going to say? What's the excuse going to continue to be? You can't run that shit with me. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. You can't run that shit with me. Not no real ones. You go do that shit with Jason Whitlock and them people. And run that shit with people who are gullible to listen to that bull jive. But with me, man, you get smoked talking this basketball talk. Point blank, period. Dudes coming out here, like I said before, they got all this smoke for LeBron James. That's why I even stopped really cooking LeBron like that, like I used to. Because they got all this smoke for LeBron James fans. But them dudes ain't got no smoke for Jokic. All they do is talk about his black teammates, call dudes bootlickers and shit like that. And I noticed that. Never give Shai no credit. No credit. Imagine if Jokic was doing what Shai's doing right now, what these dudes would be saying. Crazy work. Crazy work. I want y'all to really think about what I just said to y'all. Imagine if they was doing that. Imagine if Jokic was doing what Shai's. Matter of fact, if Jokic was on OKC instead of Shai, they would say that Jokic has the trashiest teammates in NBA history. They wouldn't praise none of the role players he got. Think about this. Imagine if you put Shai with the Denver Nuggets role players. They'll say, oh man, he got all world teammates. This is the type of stuff I'm telling y'all about. Dudes is racist, man. And I ain't afraid to call it out. Stone cold racist. Period. Period. We'll call black men bootlickers and all this other stuff. Right? Successful black men, they call them bootlickers and ass and all this other stuff. And, you know, have all these crazy memes and talk about their complete crap. Think about all this shit I'm telling y'all. Don't never got that type of smoke for Nikola Jokic. Right? I'm just putting the bid out there. And notice how all these dudes, I told y'all they get together. Because notice how all these dudes, at the same time, they put out videos talking about, man, Nikola Jokic is not getting any kind of, the media hates Jokic. All of them make the same videos at the same time. So you know that they're in coalition. So guess what? We're going to be in coalition to tell the truth. That dude is overrated. He ain't like that. And if he really was, he should be able to elevate the level of the team like Shai's doing right now. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. Right now. Right? Look how Shai's elevating his team. Do you see them doing any videos about it? Any of them. Look at all those guys. The three main subjects. The whack attack, unbutt hoops, and blacktop, whatever his name is, hoops. This is what they do. Right? Peep game. Peep game. Peep game. Right? Never praise SGA. Always shit on him. And talk and overrate his teammates. And praise Jokic till there's no end. Think about it. Think about what I just said. Right? Think about what I said. No video when Russell Westbrook went in there and beat Jokic. No videos. But when they do, they just blame everybody else. Oh, man, the team can't use. Again, they cannot use the injury shit because Shai hitting that out the park. So they can't say, oh man, yeah, so-and-so was hurt. He hurt. Nope. Sorry. Shai missing the second best player. Man lost one game all season. He's on pace to Shai is on pace to win 79 games. Shai is on pace to win 79 games. Now, I want y'all to think about this. 79. He's on pace. And the one game they lost, they could have won. Period. This dude says, it sounds like you salty black people not the face of the league. It said they are the face of the league. What are you talking about? The NBA champion and MVP is the face of the league. Shai Alexander, what are you talking about? He's black, so you're a racist. You're blocked. Who are you talking about? Her ticket. You're mad because of black people aren't the face of the league. Are you crazy? Shai's the MVP and the world champion. He's a reigning MVP, reigning world champion. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. What are you talking about? So y'all the ones crying, talking about ain't nobody giving Jokic, no attention. Y'all the ones crying. Period. So these are the real racists. And like I told y'all, I believe, and I'm just going to say it like this, I believe that when you look at it at the highest level, I believe that Luka Doncic can carry more than Nikola Jokic. I'm just keeping it real. I seen Luka Doncic get his team to the Western Conference Finals as the leader. I seen Luka Doncic get his team to the NBA Finals as the leader. With Jokic, without Jamal Murray, shit, I ain't never seen him do nothing without Jamal Murray. He ain't never been no conference finals without Jamal Murray. He never leveled up and stepped up and went and handled his business without Jamal Murray. Cut it out. Michael Porter Jr. averaged damn near 20 points a game on 50% from the field, 40% from the three. They said he was a bum. Think about it. The whole starting lineup shot 40% from the three. And they said them dudes was bums. I want y'all to think about it. I just want y'all to think about it. And when we talk about the best players in the league, I mean Shai, Luka. It's a mix. Shai, Luka, Jokic, Giannis. That's a mix. That's two blacks, two whites. So I don't see where people are saying, oh gosh, you guys are. No, it's a mix. But Shai is number one. We're going to make sure we say that right now. He is number one. Without a doubt. Shai is the best player in the league. And if we're going off this season, Luka's right behind Shai. Not Jokic. Luka's right behind Shai, not Jokic. That's just if we telling the truth. If we being honorable men, which a lot of y'all can't be anyways. Like, share, subscribe, man. Shout out to my boy, Two Raw the building, man. I gotta go handle some business, man. I'll be back in a little while. I got something else to cook on. Big story. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.